Hello, everyone. Hello, in that day. How is Ghana today? So just let me know in the comment that you are here so that we can start. So today we're going to be looking at growing your sales with Google Business Profile. So let me know if you're here. Are you here? If you're here, just let me know in the chat and continue. So are you here? Can somebody tell me just so that I know that you're here? So tell me, how are you doing today? Yes, let me hear me. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. We have, okay. Are you morning? How are you doing? Are you daily? Betty, or good afternoon. So how are you doing? How is Ghana today? Hope you're doing well. Okay, Betty Abiola says loud and clear. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank you very much. Google profile. That's what we're going to be looking at today. How can you join from, and um I'm not here alone. I'm here with Beryl. So Beryl will be sent to answer all your questions. So as usual, if you have any questions, kindly let us know. we can always we can always answer. Let me see. Okay. So for please let the other know that we have started so that they can join us. Let the others know we have started so that they can join us. Oh, it seems I'm doing well.
Hi, Simplis. Hi, Simplis. Can you hear me?
We'll
Hello.
Uh,
Okay. So I think I'll, sorry. Might have to do this for a bit. As you sort your network. Once you sort it out, you just let me know, and then you'll be back, right? So sorry everyone for that. Let me just try and share my screen. I hope you're all able to see my screen. If you can see my screen, please let me know in the chat section. If you can see my screen, please let me know in the chat section. Before we begin, I know we're already a few minutes in. Okay. So if you can see my screen and you're ready for us to start the session, please let me know in the chat section so that I know we are all on the same page. Meanwhile, you can introduce yourself as you join. You can introduce yourself and tell us where you're joining us from. What is, do you have a business? What is the name of your business? Let's all just get acquainted with each other. So I don't know if Simplis is back on. Simplis, are you ready to comment? Simplis? Okay, we'll just start the session meanwhile. I'll wait for Simplis to go ahead. Give me a second. Okay, I think Simplis is back in. Simplis? We can't hear you, Simplis. We cannot hear you, Simplis.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm trying to share my screen so okay. Okay, screen. Just so we are sure.
Okay, sorry. I think I might have to take the session. Simplis is encountering some um, network issues. So sorry for that. I know we've kept you waiting and you're all here on time. I'm so sorry for that. So meanwhile, I think Simplis will be in the chat section. All right, Simplis will be in the chat section. So make sure you keep him busy. Thank you so much, Faidatu, joining from Ghana. You're into cosmetics. Betty, you're welcome. Ayodele, you're welcome. Angua, I hope I've pronounced your name well. So you're also welcome. Who else do I have? Okay, so thank you all so much for joining. This is what you're going to look at today. Growing yourselves on growing yourselves using the Google Business Profile. So I know most of us, maybe some of us know what the Google Business Profile is, and some of us have no idea what it is. Don't worry, we're going to cover all that in this session. Okay. So the focus of this session is basically we're going to look at what is the Google Business Profile. No, we can't start talking about what the GMB is or telling you how to create your profile if you don't know what it is, right? So, sorry. So, what is the Google Business Profile? How do you set up a profile? and how do you optimize it or basically ensure it's attractive enough. All right. So let's look at what the Google Business Profile is. All right. Currently, all right. Currently, if you want to get a product or a service, how are you able to, you know, discover such businesses online? For sure, I know for myself, if I needed to buy something and I don't know an exact shop where I can get it, I will always go online, right? I will always go online, maybe search for iPhone shops near me, search for restaurants that serve maybe West African dishes. So it depends, all right? And just to always, I've just remembered my manners. My name is Berry Lokwach. I'm a trainer with Impact Her, and I'm based in Kenya. Simplis, who was here before me, is my colleague at Impacta. He's our digital marketing strategist, and he's based in Cameroon. All right. So sorry for that. I had forgotten. I forgot on introducing myself. So let's just move on. So before we even get to talk about what the Google Business Profile is, it's good to understand what maps are or what maps is. I know most of us have interacted with Google Maps. If it is in discovering where a business is located and getting directions to the exact place where that business is. Do you agree with me? All right. I know most of us have used Google Maps before. Yakubu, thank you. I know most of us have used Google Maps before, so you can let me know in the chat section. I'd like the session to be very interactive. So feel free to drop your comments, feel free to drop questions as we move along. All right. So you can let me know. Have you ever interacted with Google Maps before? Just a yes or no. I want to understand how many of us, use tech mostly. I know if you want to get directions, you can go and ask someone, oh, do you know the direction to this place? Do you know the direction to this place? But the easiest way to get the easiest way to get accurate information about the location of a business and directions would be to use Google Maps, right? Hi, Carol. Thank you. Sorry for that. Hi, Carol. Thank you so much. Carol has said she has used Google Maps. Who else has used Google Maps? Who else has used Google Maps again? You can let me know in the chat section. So while I wait for your responses, we're also going to, I'll give you a description of what Google Maps is. Obviously, it's a web-based service offered by Google and it's free of charge, as you all know, that provides detailed information about geographical regions and sites around the world, right? So you're in Ghana, but even if I want to know the location of your business, if you tell me your business name and I go and look for it on Google Maps, I will be able to know where you're located in Ghana. All right. So you're basically discoverable beyond the geographical region that you're located. Okay. If you're in one city and maybe one of your potential clients is in another city, you're still able to know if I go to this particular city, I'm able to get to where this particular business is. All right. So you make yourself discoverable and you increase your visibility. Okay. So obviously, I've talked when I was giving the description, I've given obviously one or two benefits of placing your business on Google Maps, right? So the first thing, you're discoverable. It helps people find your business. You make yourself discoverable, all right? And you encourage people to visit your location or website, okay? So when you make yourself discoverable, um, and people are able to get directions to your store, do you understand? It's very easy for them to know where exactly you're located. If they want to make walk-in visits, they're able to do that, okay? And then they're also able to find your website. So you can put your information there. You can put your information when you're placing your business and about your business. What does your business do? What are your contact details? So increase the chances of people calling you or texting you. Okay, so you basically also increase your engagement. Okay, and then people are able to go to your website, so you're also able to increase website traffic and you're able to make website sales, because then if we have like 100 people coming to your website and your website is well optimized, then you obviously increase your chances of people buying from you. Do you understand? Then Google Maps displays your business with images. So when you're placing your business on Google Maps, all right, you're able to put photos on your profile. If you have offers running, if you have discounts running, you're able to do that. If you have an upcoming event, you're able to put photos on your profile. All right. So people are able to know this is what this business does. They have an offer running maybe for Black Friday. Do you understand? They have a discount running. You put your contact details there. They're also able to reach you. All right. So I've talked about what Google Maps is. So now let's look at what the Google Business Profile is, seeing that is the topic for this session. Okay, it's a free tool that lets you manage on how your business appears on map and search. So we've talked about map, and when I mention search, I mean the um, search engine results page. Okay, so I mean the search engine. Depending on which search engine you're using, it could be Google. Maybe you're using Google. You're using Bing. You're using Edge. All right. It depends on which search engine you're using. Okay, but you still ensure that your business is discoverable, has a visibility on search and maps. All right. So I hope we are all together up to that point. Okay. But looking at, I mean, it's very important to look at statistics that basically justify why Google Business Profile is good for your business. Why do you need to put your business on Google Business Profile? All right. The first thing, all right, you see that 97% of people learn more about a local company online than anywhere else. And I've basically talked about a sorry, I basically talked about if I wanted to, you know, maybe get a West African restaurant, or I wanted to discover a shop that sells iPhones, I would basically just go to Google. So that was my own example. And it basically happens with other people as well. So you see that 97% of people learn more about a local company online than anywhere else. The next thing is 91% of adults use search engines to find information and contact details for a local business, right? And I think that's the same for you too. You can also let me know in the chat section. If you disagree with some of the facts that I'm sharing, you can also just tell me in the chat section. Like I said, I would like the session to be very interactive. Sorry. I would like the session to be very interactive. So you can see that 97%, 91% of adults use search engines. We go to Google to either search for a product, search for a business, or I've heard about this business that sells African wear. I've learned about this business that sells cosmetics. Maybe they've brought Fenty, all right? So I want to learn more about this business. I will definitely go online if it's looking at their social media pages, if it's looking at their website to learn more about what they do. Okay. And then 56% of actions on GMB are website visits. So we're going to see this, we're going to look at this in the next part of the session. When you're creating your profile, how do you optimize it? And you'll see one of the things that you need to do to optimize your profile is to link it with your website. Right. So you put your website there. So when people come to your Google business profile, as much as they get information about your business, if they want to learn more, when they click the website icon on your profile, it will basically just redirect them to your website. So they're able to learn more about what your business does. So what does that do? Basically, it increases your website traffic and increases the chances of website sales, right? Then 16% of businesses receive more than 100 calls each month just from the Google business alone. So we're also going to look at this. When you're creating your profile, you need to include your contact details. How do you want people to reach you, right? Do you want them to email you? Do you want them to call you or text you? All right. So instead of them just, typing out your number, it's easy for them to, I want to learn about this business. I go to their Google business profile, I can get their directions. I know what they do. All right. I can go to their website and learn more. And then if I want to call them, the number is there. If I want to email them, the number is there. So this data just shows you the potential of clients that you can get when you have the Google business profile, and some of the benefits in terms of previous data that will accrue from you getting a Google Business Profile or setting up your own Google Business Profile, right? So I have basically run us through some of these benefits. So basically, you're able to increase your visibility on Google Maps. When you set up your profile, remember we said the GMB, the Google Business Profile, is a free tool that helps you enhance your presence on search and maps. So if I appear on maps, then I'm able to say get more customers, more or less, right? I'm able to get I get more discoverable. Do you understand? And then it also helps you to build your trust with customers. All right. So when you're setting up the Google Business Profile, after you've set it up, you can allow for clients. You can allow for clients, sorry, you can allow for clients to drop reviews. Okay, so if I come to your profile and I see you have a 5-star rating, I look at the different kind of reviews that are there, and they're very encouraging reviews, profile reviews. I'm able to trust that, you know what, I think this business, from these reviews that I'm seeing on the profile, I think this business is legit, and they're going to, and I mean, from previous cases, they've offered customer satisfaction, so I think I can trust them. Also, the fact that Google actually verifies profiles before they show up online. All right. So, you know, or when you're creating your profile, you create your profile, you set it up, but it still needs to be verified. So that means Google is doing back checks, is doing the due diligence to ensure that it's a legit business profile before they approve it. All right. So it also helps to build your trust, and then you teach more. I mean, people learn more about your business from your GMB profile, all right? They can see the photos, they can see offers, they can see discounts. If you have an upcoming event, they can go to your website, all right? So they get to learn more about your business, all right? Then you also get to increase your traffic. You get to increase traffic to your website. I think I've talked about this. When people come to your profile and click the website icon, they're able to be redirected to your website. So your website traffic increases, all right? And you're able to stay ahead of your competitor. So, and we're going to look at this. How do you stay ahead of your competitors? So you're looking at the GMB analytics, all right? You go to your profile, you look at the analytics, you see when I post these are the kind of posts that, you know, my clients are interacting with when they come to my profile. These are the kind of comments that they're leaving on my profile. So I'm able to know their preferences. I'm able to know their interests. Okay. So the subsequent posts or information that I share will align with their interests. All right. Which is very important, because if you understand what your customers do, what your clients like, right, it would be easy to position yourself as, you know, in alignment basically with what it is they need. Do you understand? I've talked about helping customers learn more about your business. So at this juncture, I'm going to take a pause for questions. Do you have any questions? Hi, Lovetta. How are you? So at this point, I'll take a pause for questions. If you have any question, please let me know in the chat section. Just let me know in the chat section if you have any questions. You can let me know in the chat section. Let me know in the chat section. Okay. So no question. If you have no question, you can also tell me no question. Then we can move on to the next part. Thank you so much, Kanuma. I appreciate. Thank you so much, Kanuma. Okay, we'll move on to the second part of the session, which is we've talked about what the Google Business Profile is. So how do you set up? Okay, hold on. Okay, so how do you set up Google Business Profile account? So that's what we are going to look at in this session. Okay, so the 4 steps when you're creating a Google business, the 4 steps in ensuring that your profile goes up, all right? Ensuring that your profile is attractive. The first thing, you need to create your own Google business profile. So figuring out how to create your profile. Then I talked about being able to verify your profile, okay? I talked about being able to verify your profile to make sure that you're able to manage it. When I say manage, I mean making edits, making posts, okay, for it to be live on the search engine. So you need to get it verified. And then how do you make your profile stand out? Okay, so that's on making your profile shine and optimizing your profile. So the first thing we are going to look at is how to create your own business, your own Google Business Profile. So we'll get started. Simply, we'll share a link with you in the chat section that you can use. Uh, no, so Carol, Google does not charge for this service. It's free. It's free to get to create a profile. It's free to get it verified. All right. You're not paying for anything. Okay. So thank you. Simply has shared the link to creating your own Google business profile. Make sure you make sure that you make sure that you copy it, or you on your browser you can look at it after this session, right? So the first step is creating your own Google business profile, right? The first thing, when you click on that link, it will bring you to so on the right side of my screen you can see a snapshot of so this is what you will see when you click on that link. All right. So what is the name of your business? So it's also important to mention that your business does not to be, it's not a must your business is registered for you to create a profile. All right. But you need to have a business name. Do you understand? So what is the name of your business? Um, if it is Beryl's Organic Shop, Beryl's Electronic Shops, all right, then which industry are you in? Are you in the hotel industry? Are you in the manufacturing industry? Are you in the processing industry? Which industry are you in? It's very important to indicate the industry in which you're in, all right? So when you're also choosing the industry, there's a drop down. You might find that uh, sometimes maybe the industry that you're in is not in the drop down. So you have to pick the industry that's closely related to the industry in which you're in. Okay. So make sure you do that. All right. Then you have a website. All right. So you input your domain, your URL, you input the URL to your website. So it basically helps you include details on how people can read more about you when they come to your profile. So there's the website, and then how do you want people to reach you? What is your phone number? How do you want people to reach you? Call, text, if you have a phone number, if you have an email, you can include that. And then what are your hours of operation? Do you operate Monday to Friday, 8 to 6 p.m.? Are you closed on the weekend? Because it's very important to have opening hours, okay? In case someone wants to make walk-in visits, they want to call you, they would be able to know, if I call at between this time and this time, I'm sure I'm going to reach this business, right? But if I call them later on, even if I go complain online, it basically shows that it was past their hours of operation. Do you understand? So it's very important. Then the next thing, how do you verify it? Okay, so after inputting your business details, it's going to take you to the next step in terms of verifying. How do you want people, how do you want Google to reach you when they're verifying your profile? Because there'll be some questions they would need to ask just to verify that your business is legit or your profile is legit. Okay, so how do you want them to reach you? It could be by email, okay, it could be by phone, or so maybe you prefer to be reached on text. So you can put your phone number. If you prefer email, you can use your email. If you prefer, if you have a Google Search Console, and I think you talked about this in the last class, if you have a website, Google Search Console is good for your SEO. All right. So it's more or less the technical SEO bit. And then the GMB is normally your local SEO. All right. So if you have the Google Search Console, you can also put the link there. They can reach out to you via that. Okay. Then the third thing, how do I make my profile stand out? I've already talked about the name of my business. I've put my industry, I've put my hours of operation, I've put, my contact details, but that's not enough. That is not enough. It's still a boring profile. So how do I make sure my profile stands out? Okay. If I have a business logo, I can have my business logo as my profile picture. And usually this is encouraged with, if you have social platforms, this is usually encouraged to have your logo as your profile picture and then your cover page, an image that best depicts what your business does. All right. If you're a restaurant, you can have a cover image of maybe food. All right. If you are a garage, you can have a cover image maybe of cars being fixed. If you're a tours and travel company, you can have maybe the vans, the safari vans, or you can have maybe a bonfire. So when someone looks at that image, even before they read what your business does, they can guess what you're all about. All right. Then you need to input great content. I talked about, sharing posters, the same way you share posters on your social media. Okay. Sorry. Sorry about that. I need to take a small breather. Sorry about that. Okay. So I was talking about the content. So the same way you share posters on social media, okay, is the same way you need to be consistent on your Google business profile. Do you understand? So you can share posters if you want to do it thrice a week, twice a week, every day of the week. That's upon you, all right? But you need to ensure you are consistent. Not that I come to your profile and I see maybe you made a post last in 2020 and you still imagine that you want to get clients. It doesn't work like that, right? So if I come to your profile and I see you're consistent, the images you're sharing are appealing, it even encourages me as your client. All right. I can see the consistency, I can see the effort, and it keeps me up to date on the different products and services or offers that you have running. All right. And then what is your business address? Where exactly are you located? All right. So when you're inputting your address, you will have to also move the pin. So you know the pin in map, that red icon on Google Maps. You will need to move it to the exact place where your business is located. All right. So you can pick the coordinates and it's going to show where it is you're located. I talked about the opening hours and I talked about the contact information. It's very important. You cannot miss this on your profile. All right. So I come to your profile and you've not put your contact details. How do you expect people to reach you? Because not everyone will click, as much as you will get increased website traffic, not everyone will click that icon, right? But if you have your number there, it's easy for people. You increase your chances of people, calling you, reaching out to you, right? Then when you look at optimizing your Google business profile, I've talked about adding attractive photos, okay? So when you're taking photos, make sure that they're high quality photos. Nowadays, you don't even need a camera to take photos. You can use, if you have a good phone, you can use your camera, your phone's camera, right? Then update your schedule. Are you closed on weekends? Update that, all right? Are you closing next week for renovation? You can actually even update that. So if you have clients and they come to your profile, they see we normally open this time, but we'll be closed next week for renovations. If you are in one place and you moved location to another place, it will actually show. All right. So it will show on the profile that you've moved location. All right. So it's very important to ensure that you optimize your profile. So while at this, if you have special features that you're offering to your clients, this is also something that you can show on your profile. Okay, with the special attributes feature. It's called the special attributes feature. All right. So if you have delivery, you can include delivery services. If you have takeout services, you can also include that on there. You can use the attributes feature to highlight that, right? So someone can know, you know what, I don't need to visit the shop to get this product or to get this product, say, okay, I can actually call and they will deliver. or if I go to that restaurant, they actually offer takeout. Okay, so you can use the attributes feature to highlight um, extra services that you're offering as a business. All right. So, any questions so far? Any question that I might have missed? I hope you've clicked the link that Simplis has shared. Okay. And then for verification, you can go to opera.support. All right. If you need support, there's the support link. If you need help, support link. Hi, champions. If you need help, there's the support link. If you need help, there's the support link. Okay, that Simply will also share in the chat section. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So let's move on again. Thank you. Thank you, Kaduma. All right. Appreciate. So let's cover now the last part of this class. Let's cover now the last part of the class. Feel free to drop your questions. So we've looked at what the Google business profile is, how do you set it up, verification, making your profile attractive, all right? And I forgot to mention the most important thing, all right, which is an added benefit to SMEs, to business owners. I know most of us would say, you know what, I don't have the resources. Okay, you'd say I don't have the resources to get a professional web developer, so I would not, my website will not be showing on the Google business profile. So what you don't know, which is a secret, it's not really a secret, it's just that most people don't know about it. You get a free website alongside the Google business profile. So if you don't have a Google business profile, when you're creating it, you will see an icon for website. It's normally on the left hand side. When you're inputting your information on the Google business profile, on the left hand side, you will see tab for website. So when you click on that, this is only if you don't have a domain name. If you've already had a domain name before, I'm sorry, it will not work out for you. So it's basically for people who don't have domain names and they've never had websites for their businesses before. All right. So when you click on that, you will get the part for website. There are ready templates. There are templates that you can customize to get your own free website. And it's free. When I say free, it's free, right? So they're ready templates that you can customize to get your website. All right. So all you need to do is to input your information. So when you have templates, all you need to do, and you don't even need coding skills, all you need to do is input your business information. You all know your business information, yeah? So it's easy for you to put your information. You can customize the templates with your business colors, your brand colors. We talked about a branding in the first session that we had. Okay. So customize the templates with the colors that you want. You can add, it's very important to add images, okay, so that you have an appealing website, all right? Then that's it. So you get a very free website alongside creating the Google business profile. So make sure you take advantage of that. And see Kanuma is happy. It's good to see, good to hear. Okay. I'm sorry, I have a small cough. It's fine. Okay. So let's now look at ensuring you have an attractive profile. Key ways to optimize your listing. All right. I talked about sorry. I talked about including attractive photos. So I said first you need to have a logo. If you don't have a logo, remember it's also important as a business to have a logo. If you don't have a logo, you can go to canva.com. So simply we'll also share the link to Canva. You can go to canva.com, right? Then there are templates there, right? So there are templates that you can use to create your own logo. Remember, Canva is also free. Canva is a free tool that helps you design, posters, flyers, logos if you don't have a logo. So the kind of posters you can share on your social media, you can create them on canva.com. All right. So you go to canva.com. So there's Canva Pro, which you obviously pay for if you want additional features. But for starters, if you cannot pay for the Canva Pro, you can just use the free Canva. So simply will also share the link to Canva in the chat section that can help you with creating your own logo and your own social media post. Thank you, Simply. Okay. Then, so you need to have, I talked about the cover photo, making sure it's appealing, then an attractive picture, right? I said you need to include high resolution photos, clear photos, all right, that are appealing. So when I come to your page, I can even get, if you're a boutique, if you're a cosmetic shop, I can get an ambience of your shop, all right, even before me making a walk-in visit, all right? So you need to create photos, make posts, ensure your posts are engaging because um, you want to increase the engagement rate, right? So if I have a business profile and I have 100 people engaging with me, I can bet you for sure if I'm sharing the right kind of content, out of these 100 people, 20% or 10, actually 20%, right, will be able to convert with me. Do you understand? So we normally say that 20% of the sales of a brand come from 80% of their population. All right? 20% of the sales of a brand come from 80% of their population. So if I'm interacting with 100 people, 20% of these people, if I am I'm doing the right thing in terms of sharing posts and positioning my business as a solution to their challenge, highly likely 20% of the 100 will convert with me. That takes us back to what I had talked about, making sure your images are good, making sure you have engaging posts, right? And then it's also important to look at insights. I've created a Google business profile. Is it working out for me? Right? How many visitors did I get in the last week? How many people made calls from my Google business profile? How many people um, very short of breath, sorry. How many people visited my profile? I mean, visited my website from my Google business profile, right? So people came to my Google business profile. Uh, how did uh, how did they find me? Did they search for a product or service, or did they search for my business name? Okay, so you're able to know whether this profile is working out for you or not working out for you. Okay, so we'll move on. So when we're creating attractive pictures, make sure that the lighting is good. I don't want to take photos in darkness. So I'm waiting until it's nighttime and then I'm putting my product there. I'm taking photos there. Maybe I don't have a good camera and I want to post that. No, that's not nice. You need to ensure the lighting is good to show the product. If you're taking photos of the inside of your shop, make sure the lighting is good. If you're taking photos of the reception, make sure the lighting is good. And then what do I want people to see? That should be the focus of that photo. Okay. If I'm doing product images, maybe I'm selling mugs, customized mugs. If I'm selling this mug, this should be the center of my photo. Yeah, okay, a mug. This is it. This should be the center of my photo. Do you understand? So make sure your photos are not busy. What you want people to concentrate on should be the focus of that photo. It should not be very busy. All right. And you can use editing tools. Okay. You can use editing tools if it is to put some background music, if it is a short video that you do, you can put some background music. If you want to, maybe you're doing videos on product usage, you can do a voiceover over the video. All right. So there's CapCut, there's InShot. These are tools that you can use to do editing. But I know most of us try to use filters. Or when you're putting the filters, please, please, please don't overdo with the filters such that if this is, I'm selling a pink, this is pink, all right? So I'm selling it on my page. I take photos of it and then I put so much filter until it looks like it's red or orange. And then someone makes an order because they are seeing red or orange, right? And then when I deliver it's pink. Then I tell them, no, it was the lighting, it was the filter. No. So make sure that you don't overdo with filters, and then you can frame your photo. So you just frame it to ensure that the focus is what people concentrate on. All right. So when you're creating photos, there are different kinds of photos. You just don't have to do, if you have a physical shop, you don't have to, just be taking photos of your interior or whatever. You can do a blend, right? You can do a blend of all these things. If it is interior photos, make people get a feel of your shop even before they visit it. All right. So take photos of your interior. Make sure you do this when it's not very busy. This takes us back to the focus. All right. So you see all these things are linked. So this takes us back to the focus. So make sure that you take good photos of the interior when it's not very busy. And I think before I move on, I hope you all understand that you're supposed to fill in your attendance form. So Simply will share the attendance form at this point. Make sure you fill in the attendance form. Um, Make sure you fill in the attendance form before the session ends, so that not after the session you say, oh, I didn't get the attendance form. Simply will share the form now. Please make sure you fill it. The topic of the day is creating a Google business profile. Okay. So I was talking about the photos. You can share photos of your interior and then the exterior. Why is it important to share photos of your exterior? So you're easily recognizable. Okay, maybe you're located in a busy street on maybe the business district, the central in town, right? You're the center of the town, the central business district, right? And your shop is, where your shop is located is very busy. Then I go to your profile. I want to make a walk-in visit. Of course, I can get the directions to your place, but how can I this is exactly your shop? So you can take photos of your exterior to ensure that people can actually locate you. All right. So when you're taking photos of the exterior, make sure you're also doing it. If you open very early, you can take photos of your shop at that time. There's good lighting when it's not very busy. Okay. So that it shows how the outside of your shops looks like, the signage. Make sure the signage is showing. Okay, then you can also take a photo of the street name. Okay, if you have those, what is it, the street signs, you can take a photo of the street name so people can know this is the street where they're in. If I see this sign, maybe it's near that signpost, right? So you can also do that, take a photo of the street sign or street name to show where exactly you're in. So it also helps people recognize where you are and find you easier, all right? Okay. So sometimes you might find that they're not using maps, but they will see the photo of the street name. They will see how the exterior of your shop looks like. All right. It makes you, easily recognizable when they come, when they're walking along that street. All right. Then you can do videos, short videos of virtual tours. Yes, you can also do short videos on the Google Business Profile. So you can do virtual tours so people can get how your shop is. Do you understand the kind of products that you have? So the varieties that you have. So it's very important. So you can also do that when you're creating engaging posts. Okay. So when I'm doing my post, I need to have a title. So I've created a flyer. Sorry. Mhm. So I've created a flyer. All right. So, what is the title of my post? And then my call to action. What do I want people to do when they see my post? Do I want them to email me? Do I want them to call me? What do I want them to do when they visit? I mean, when they see my post. So, I need to have a CTA, right? That's the call to action. And this is not just even for your Google business profile, it resonates even with it replicates even for the different social media platforms that you have. You need, when you're doing posts on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, you know, Google business profile, please make sure you have a call to action. What do you want people to do? That's the most important thing. All right. I've talked about using photos or videos, have a clear description. If I'm selling this, I can say, this is a heat flask, a clear description of the product. So I can say it's a heat flask, it keeps liquids warm for like 6 hours. All right. So it's clear. So when someone buys, they just don't think it's just a water bottle. All right. They understand what this product is about. So you need to be short and concise and very clear, concise and clear in your post, because you also don't want to use a lot of wordings, right? Which basically shows ensuring your posters are accurate, all right? Then when you're looking at leveraging on insights, initially I had mentioned the Google Analytics, all right? So when you're looking at the analytics of your Google business profile, you're able to know how are customers finding my listing. I have 10,000, I mean, I have 500 people who visited my listing in the last month. How did they find my profile? Did they type out my business name, or did they type out my product or service? So I'm able to know um, what is actually working for me. Do you understand? And then what did they do when they came to my profile? So these 500 people came to my profile. How many made calls to my business? How many visited my profile? What kind of posts did they interact with? All right. And then these 500 people, where did they come from? Did they, yeah, so I talked about where did they come from? Did they come from search? Did they come from Facebook? I'm even able to know the kind of devices they're using, their demographics. Are they male? Are they female? I'm able to know all those things, right? And then how is my engagement? So I see that, you know, these are the people came to my profile. Maybe 50 people liked this specific video that I did. All right. 10 people liked maybe an image. Then I go to my competitor's profile. I see the kind of posts they are making. So I can compare the performance of my profile vis-a-vis my competitor's profile. All right. So if I see most people are liking their pages, or I mean, most people are liking their profile, I have to look at, I mean, what are they doing better? All right. Is it the content they're sharing? Is it how they're engaging with their clients? What are they doing better? All right. So that's on the importance of leveraging on insights. So I'll just take us briefly back on when I say creating engaging posts. So I said you can create posters on canva.com. You can also use the free marketing kit to create social posts, to create flyers, all right, for your Google business profile. The link will also be shared by Simplis. So you can also use the free marketing kit. Simplis will share this in the simply will share this with you in the chat section that you can use to create your own flyers. All right. So do I have, this is the final call for questions. Do I have any question? This is the final call for question. Is there any question that that you might be having? Kanuma, Champions, Fona, Carol Langat. Do I have any questions? If there are no questions, you can indicate no questions. If there are no questions, you can also indicate no questions. While you're dropping your questions, make sure you follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, Impact Hub. So you can interact with our posts there. We have a lot of webinars, that we talk about how can you leverage on digital, to basically grow your business. So there's a lot of resources that you can get from our social media pages. Make sure you follow us on all the social media platforms. So up to that point, thank you so much, Kanuma. I appreciate. Thank you so much. All right. So I think that's it. We've managed to finish on time. It's already 5:30. I hope you've had a good session and you've learned everything. I hope you've copied the links that were shared. Make sure you visit them after the session if it is creating your posters. And I hope you filled in uh, I hope you filled in the attendance form. All right. Thank you. Bye. Goodbye.